Welcome back. Am I ever breathing some fire? I just gave myself a squirt of Saturday night, at Mary's Miracle Lab. Absolutely the best breath spray in the business. You can't even find another natural one, can you? Maybe you go to Whole Foods. But man, wouldn't it be great if you went into CVS and this was in there for you to buy? Oh, I just had a squirt of this. It's the cinnamon version and I am breathing fire. Just right. All right, so I have something exciting to show you. Are you ready? Do you know what it is? Bum ba ba bum, bum ba ba bum bum. That's right. I said it. I told you. I told you on the last show, next time you saw me, I was going to have myself a book of positive aspects. And today I found myself without it yet. I didn't have a new notebook on hand to say was my book of positive aspects. So since it was day 10 of my running streak, my run daily streak, I have to run a mile or more in order to keep the streak going. I decided let's run on down to CVS and buy a notebook. I used a 35% off coupon. And then I used Canva to design myself this. First I tried writing it in my finger. Can you see it? Yeah, that's where I wrote. I wiped it off. I tried writing it. It was not looking good at all. So here I was. I got it off, as you can see by my finger. Then I decided to go with a printed version and a little bit of a tetragrammaton on there, right? What are we trying to do? What's the idea? Tune to the divine, shower our life with the divine, shower our life with a higher power. So I'm going to take it any way I can get it. All right, well, I haven't written it yet, but I do have it. Next time you see me on the show here, I will have written in this. And Abraham talked about it today, continuing on with, you know it, you do indeed. Money and the law of attraction, going on to the next chapter in Audible. And Abraham mentioned the book of positive aspects. Felt so excited. Yes, I actually have one. It says it. Look at it. That's bold, baby. Boldly across the front, where no man has gone before, into Mary's book of positive aspects. Okay, so here's what I wrote today. Abraham Hicks, Money and the Law of Attraction. This chapter was called The Law of Attraction Adds Power to Thoughts. Often when experiencing an unwanted situation, you feel a need to explain why it has happened, in an attempt perhaps to justify why you are in the situation. Whenever you are defending, justifying, or rationalizing or blaming anything or anyone, you remain in a place of negative attraction. Every word you speak as you explain why something is not the way you want it to be continues the negative attraction. This is just really great to know, okay? Here's a couple things. I like a nice little checklist I can keep with myself. Okay, am I blaming? Am I justifying? Am I defending? Am I rationalizing? Anytime I'm blaming, justifying, defending, or rationalizing, I may be right. And that's what we've been talking about here on the show is, am I being right? Because I may be very right in why I'm defending. I may be very right in my rationalization, my justification, or my blame. But does it feel good? Being right is one thing. Being effective and paying attention to my guidance system and directing my life according to my guidance system, my emotions, is another thing. That's being effective. And when I'm being effective, now I'm in the position to actually have change happen in my life. So Abraham says every moment that we're blaming, justifying, rationalizing, defending, we're holding ourselves in the negative attraction, which it will be known to me if I'm aware of my guidance, if I'm paying attention at all, I'll notice that it does not feel good. There might even be tears coming down my face while I'm saying it, or a scowl upon my face when I'm saying it. It doesn't feel good, which means I'm in negative attraction. And we all do it, right? Till we don't, until we understand how it goes. Because it's very natural to try to explain why it is the way it is. But am I explaining the laws of the universe when I'm doing that? I'm not. I'm not doing that. I'm not saying, well, here's why it is the way it is. That's what I choose to do. Instead of that is tell myself the rules of the game. Here's how it goes, Mary. And that's why Coach Miller liked Coach a Miller to light her path. Okay, so they say, for you cannot be focused. Here's another good one. Some basic things to remember. You cannot be focused on what you do want while you're explaining why you're experiencing something you do not want. Right? If I'm focused on the negative, I cannot be focused on the positive. You cannot be focused on negative aspects and positive aspects at the same time. That the now moment has one space, and I cannot be focused on negative and positive at the same time. Often in an attempt to determine where your trouble started, you only hold yourself in that negative attraction longer. What's the source of my trouble? What's the reason that I am not where I want to be? It's very understandable why we'd want to know. And as I'm saying this, I'm like, well, here's why to know the law. Because if I know how the universe works and I know it's a vibrational game, then I'll be like, okay, the source of your trouble is you're focused on negative aspects. You're defending. You're blaming. That's the source of the trouble. So let's get on with it. Let's be forward focused. Let's have a short memory. Let's get going here on what it is that I do choose. Pivot towards the plus. It's natural that you would want improvement in your experience. And therefore, it's logical that you're solution oriented. But there's a big difference between looking for a solution and justifying the need for a solution by emphasizing the problem. There's a big difference. It's not a fine line, right? Sometimes I find myself, it's a fine line. No, it's not. It's actually a very big difference. It's a very big difference between looking for the solution, which means I'm looking for the solution, and justifying why I need a solution by emphasizing the problem. The realization that something is not as you want it to be is an important first step, right? It's an important first step. But once you've identified, then the faster you're able to turn your attention in the direction of a solution, the better. So we want to get good at this, right? And any skill that we practice, we can become great at. Because a continuing exploration of the problem will prevent you from finding the solution. Digging into the problem is only going to prevent me from finding a solution due to this is a vibrational game, it's a vibrational universe, and when I'm over here in the problem, I'm vibrating problem. I got to get onto the solution, turn my attention to the solution, pivot to the plus. The problem is a very different vibrational frequency than the solution. As you become aware, I put a star by this, as you become aware of the value of the process of pivoting, and as you get adept at evaluating what is not wanted and then immediately turning your attention to what is wanted, you will realize that you're surrounded by primarily wonderful things. Good news. For there is so much more that is going right in your world than wrong. Also, a daily utilization of the Book of Positive Aspects will help you to become more positively oriented. It will assist you in gradually tipping the balance of your thoughts more in the direction of what you do desire. Isn't it great to have some tools here? And this is one of the tools that we have is the Book of Positive Aspects. A daily utilization of the Book of Positive Aspects will assist me in tipping my thoughts more into the positive direction. Understanding that it's going to be a process. So what am I going to do first? Well, I'm going to make peace with where I am. Well, actually, first I'm going to recognize that I am where I am because I caused myself to be here. This is my past thought. My current reality is my past thought. It's the past vibration, the indication of my past vibration because it takes time to get here. So my business is, what am I doing right now? And if I spend time each day filling up one of these pages, a daily utilization of the Book of Positive Aspects, and if I don't have time in my life to sit down and write one full page of positive aspects of my life, well then, Jesus the Lord, don't complain. Because no wonder my life isn't the way I'd like it to be. I'm not willing to sit down and write one page of positive aspects. But I'll tell you what, I am willing and I am going to do it, okay? I'm officially putting myself to the challenge, to the opportunity rather than a challenge. All right, so next time you see me, I'll have one page of this baby at least complete. Until next time.